Hey there, how's it going? Well, back here with day 6 of this video challenge. The weather outside, I don't know if you can tell because it's probably getting blown out by the camera, but it's kind of overcast and the temperature is about 24, 25 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. So, I mean, I could still go right in it, but I think today I'm just going to stay inside. Yesterday, in the video, I mentioned that I was wearing some gear that I'd bought over a year ago, taking it out on its inaugural ride. And I started this on day 1 talking about my rain gear that I use. So I figured today I might go into kind of what I wear every day. It is winter season, so it's a little bit heavier right now. I'll talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that I have. Yeah, so I haven't decided if I should work in the order I put stuff on, from the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, or what. So I think kind of I'm going to go through kind of the order that mostly that it ends up being on me during the winter here, although it could be summer as well. So first thing, get dressed in the morning, put on whatever kind of clothes I'm going to wear. So if it's winter, usually once it's down into the 30s or lower, one thing is underneath my jeans is this Under Armour base layer. It is their cold gear. If you look it up, they have hot gear, heat gear, and then cold gear. So I have cold gear. I usually just wear the bottoms under my jeans, and yeah, I know I should wear riding pants and not jeans. That's like the one at-gat I don't do. I do have the shirt that goes with it. If I'm riding like all day, I might put that on underneath whatever I'm wearing on top. It is really warm stuff though, so usually I don't have to wear that. I haven't worn it this season yet. So that goes on when I'm getting dressed, put the jeans on, and then whatever I'm wearing, t-shirt, sweatshirt, whatever. Then some socks. You know, I have wool socks that I'll wear during the winter, but I haven't had to break them out this year yet. My feet tend to not get cold when I'm riding, so during the cold season right now, I'm wearing my Reax Fulton boots. These are just the regular ones. I probably should have got the waterproof ones, but these are just the regulars. I've had them for a couple years now. They hold up really well, or they've held up really well. I was actually wearing them when I had the wreck with the deer, and they barely took any damage, just a couple little scuff marks is all, so I've been able to keep wearing them. During the summer, the past couple years, I've been wearing these Alpine Stars. These are the Faster 3 Ride Knit. They're kind of mesh, help with the airflow into my foot. The only problem is, I don't know if you can see, the bottoms are getting really worn on them. Here, I'll show you the other one as well. So, and yeah, like you can see where they've kind of broke through there. So I'm looking at getting some new summer boots, riding shoes this upcoming year. Haven't decided exactly what I'm going to get yet. So clothes on at that point, I'm ready to go. Come out. So I kind of have a nice routine I go through. Start out with my earpiece, earplugs. Those go in first. I do have from Amazon these cheap silicone earplugs. There's actually several more. These are kind of like being an old man, where I have reading glasses scattered all over, stuck in pockets here and there. These cheap Amazons I have shoved into pockets on all of my different jackets and pockets in case something happens to the earpieces. I drop one and lose it or whatever. I have some backups I can go to. After the earplugs go in, I usually put on a skull cap. So this is the current one I'm wearing, Christmas green. I have an entire bag. There's a whole nother bag of them. I got this huge pack of Paisley that I'm going through right now. You can see I've got some kind of USA themed. These USA themed ones are much better quality, but I'm trying to go through the Paisleys right now, hitting all the different colors. So those go on. Then the next thing, usually I will do my jacket. Right now, this is my main jacket. It is a Joe Rocket. I don't know, it probably won't show up. Egomaniac is the model. It replaced the jacket that I was wearing when I had the wreck with the deer, which was still my favorite jacket, but it got all torn up. One thing I do like about this Joe Rocket jacket is it has this little kangaroo pouch in the back so I can stick stuff in it. That is very handy to have. It is a little bit heavy though. It has some vents, they help a little bit. You can actually take out this back piece and it is mesh, and there's like pieces on the arms. I think you might have seen it in the video yesterday, like these little things here. So I can take out this piece right here and get some mesh to help with airflow. There is a liner that goes with it. I don't ever wear that. It does have laminate in it, so it's ostensibly waterproof. It can handle light rain. That is my main jacket. I have a Alpinestars jacket that's similar to it that I like, but it tends to ride up on me, so maybe once I lose some weight, that'll do better. Also, for the summer, I have mesh jackets that I'll wear. So I have this Scorpion jacket that I got this past summer after I got frustrated with that Alpinestars jacket. This Scorpion jacket, I really like it. It's mesh, flows the air really well, fits great, even though I went with the sizing that was recommended and it's still nice and loose. In fact, it might be too big for me this coming year with some of the weight that I've lost. I don't know if I'll get another one. I have a built mesh jacket that I can wear, and probably I fit back in it as well. So anyway, after the jacket goes on, next up is the helmet. So this is my Shoei RF 1400. Has the origami design on it, where it's kind of dark here in the back, but white up front, and it's got all kinds of little designs in it. My last one was just gloss black. So that is my preferred helmet. I do have, as you can see, I mentioned chin mounts yesterday, or a couple days ago, that I was testing on the bike, the little Vice Pro clamp. So this is the chin mount on the helmet itself. This is where I'll slip in my chin mount camera that you see in the videos. I had one on the old helmet as well before the wreck. For me, they have held up great. I haven't had any problem with the double-sided tape filling or anything. And then on the side, you can see I've got my Sena 60S. That's their top-of-the-line model for Sena. I don't really do any mesh with it. It's mainly just for me to listen to music and podcasts and the GPS if I happen to be running GPS. I do have Cardo Edge. I switched over to the 60S. Tiny little improvement for the way I use it, to be honest. Those two units are so comparable, you can't really make a mistake going with either one, I don't think. And then the last, well, that's kind of how I get and head out the door at that point. Jacket is on, helmet's on, everything else is on except for gloves and eye protection. So I'll get into the bike, take the cover off. Next that goes on is eye protection. So these are my Oakley Flak Beta sunglasses. I do have a pair that has, technically they're photochromatic lenses, but at night they're clear, so I wear them at night because they're nice and clear. The thing I like about these, they They fit on me really nice. They go in, the temples go into the helmet real easy. And I really can't feel any wind on my eyes, which is nice. I wear contacts when I'm riding almost all the time. And that really helps me, because if I start getting wind in my eyes, it really bothers my eyes. So I like those. So usually, like right now, it's winter. I'm usually wearing the clear ones all the time. But I do have these for the daytime as well. And then the last thing is my gloves. I don't think I brought over the winter gloves. So during the winter here, I've got some first gear, heated gear. I probably should have got a picture of that. Maybe I'll throw that up here in a second, at least the top. It plugs into whichever bike I'm on. I've got both of the bikes wired up for the heated gear. So I can plug it in, and then from the sleeves, there's little plugs that go into these gloves. These are the first gear heated gloves. They don't have a lot of great protection. I kind of don't like that, but being heated, they help with the cold weather. This year, I also picked up these Dainese Tempest 2, I think is the model. So they are waterproof, lined gloves. They're a little bit on the bulky side. I kind of don't like that about them, but they seem to work really well. They're good down, for me at least, down to about 30 degrees, 32 degrees, especially if I'm using the heated grips like on the BMW. They replaced my Joe Rocket lined gloves, which were just leather and then lined, which were insanely warm for me considering, but they didn't really have any protection. I didn't like that. And for whatever reason, I cannot locate them right now. I don't know what has happened to them. So those are the main winter riding gloves. Once it gets down to about 50 and below, I'll switch it into those Daineses. Above 50, I can go with just regular gloves. So right now, I've got these Held gloves. These were a gift from my son. These are really nice. They say they have Gore-Tex. I don't know if I've really ridden with them in the rain or not to test that, but good protection, good hard knuckles. They are gauntlet style gloves, or long cuff, I guess. Those are kind of my main gloves right now when it's in between being too cold or too hot, so kind of fall and spring season. And I have lots of gloves. I like getting gloves. So during the winter, I've got two main pairs of gloves that I wear. I've got these Joe Rocket armored short cuff gloves. And then I also have these Griffin Moto short cuff gloves. I probably wear the Griffin Moto more just because they're really well broken in. Both of these are kind of mesh gloves that are intended to help with airflow. I'd say the Joe Rocket more so than the Griffin. I might be looking at getting yet another new pair. When I had my wreck, I had some Alpine Stars vented or mesh gloves on, and they held up really well. And I didn't really hit with my hands despite having a shattered wrist. I think that was from the impact with the deer, not putting my hands down. So that is kind of the gear that I have. I'm just looking around, make sure that I covered everything. Yeah. So that is kind of how I get ready in the mornings or afternoons or whenever I'm getting ready to go out. Like I say, I tend to be pretty close to ATGAT. I don't really wear riding pants that much, just because I haven't been able to find any that I really like to wear on a regular basis. And yeah, that's bad in my opinion. Of course, everybody can do what they want to do and live with their own risk tolerance. I'm fine with that. But I just thought I'd share that for this day 6 video. Hope you enjoyed a quick look at some of this gear. If you have any questions about any of it, just drop a comment down below. Hit that like button and subscribe button if you're so inclined. And I will see you tomorrow as we wrap up this 7-day challenge. Thanks for watching and be safe out there.